What do you mean by the long wall and short wall? Okay, the whiteboard is loading.
सर
And
शो नहीं हो रहा.
wait a minute, it's loading. It's just loading.
यस सर. ओ.
Yeah, it's done. Okay, so we have this whiteboard. And what do you mean by the long wall and short wall method? Okay, you guys can see the whiteboard?
यस सर.
Okay, let's say we have a room like this one. Just ignore the you can say the style, maybe the drawing. It is not according to the scale. It is just NTS. NTS means not to scale. Now, this room is actually, let's say, 15 by 10 feet. Now, what do you mean by the long wall and short wall method? As you can see, we have two types of walls over here, okay, according to the length. And if I change the color, as you can see, let's say if I extend this line to this point and then that one, okay? So if I shade this one, like let's say, okay, I can just call this wall is long wall because it is just lengthy with respect to the other one, okay? However, the remaining one, which is this one, this can be just termed as the short wall, okay, because its length is just shorter. It means we have two short walls and then two long walls. In order to determine the length of the long wall, it is very important, okay, that you should have the thickness of the wall, maybe let's say 0.9 or maybe 9 inches only. Okay, now let's just see if we can determine the length of the long wall. So the length of the long wall, you can say length of long wall, or I'll just annotate this with LW, which means long wall. Okay, now as you can see, we have 15 feet over here, which is this distance. If you see, this is just 15 feet. Now, for the long wall, we will just add the width of the wall for one side and the width of the wall for another side. Do you guys see it? Okay, it means the total length of the long wall is now 15 feet plus one wall width, which is actually 9 inches. And there we have another 9 inches for the other side. So this is the total length of the long wall. Okay, it can be anything, no problem. I'm not gonna label that. Now the short wall remains the same. Okay, the short wall is actually just the same thing. Okay, from this point till this point, and it is just 10 feet. Okay, so this is actually the basic concept of determining the length for the long wall or maybe short wall. Okay, I'll again jump into the AutoCAD and Excel.
सर ये 9 इंचेस की जो है तो ये इसमें एक्स्ट्रा ऐड होगी.
Yeah, exactly. And that is just because, as you can see, we have extended the long wall's length, okay? Maybe we're here, this corner is also added, and that corner is also added. You can see that, okay? So that corner is actually 9 inches, and this one is also 9 inches. That's why we are adding 9 inches to both sides.